Hello everyone, I hope that you're having a great day. We just had our largest drop of console mod updates in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to be breaking down all the changes because we got some exciting things here like the new Mindblade magus class from ZX10RX in their Mindweaver class mod. There's a lot of great stuff here to break down, and this is the most mods that we've had updated at one time. I'm hopeful we'll see a console mod drop later this week, but sometimes when they do these big updates, we don't get one. But if you look through your mod manager, you may have noticed a bunch of mods are updated. I spent a few hours today trying to get this to work. My PlayStation 5 unfortunately still is having the issue where if you press L2, it ends up not working and the game crashes. So we're hoping to see a hot fix for that, but I want to break down all the mods here. So again, I mentioned the Mindweaver. I'll go over this briefly at the end, and I will be doing a build guide on the Mindblade Magus later tonight, so you can check that out if you're curious. But we also got updates to the Arcane Vanguard. I was talking with Sathos, and they actually did some bug fixes and just some general changes to the mod. So yeah, this is nice to see that they're constantly updating this mod. This is one of the best balanced experiences you can have with the class mod in Baldur's Gate 3, and it comes with 7 great subclasses. So I highly recommend it if you haven't tried it, the Arcane Vanguard. But we also got some updates to the Ancient Mega Pack by Paramanov here. So there's actually quite a large change to this. I will be doing an updated video because I previously covered how the crafting system worked in here because it is kind of complex and the crafting mechanics did change with their latest update, and I will be doing a video on that just because it is a little bit confusing. If you don't know what Ancient Mega Pack does, it basically adds in 700 new pieces of gear, randomizes it all, and you still get your base game gear. So you can get some pretty crazy builds going. And it's also actually kind of balanced. So in Act 1, you won't get some of the most overpowered gear. You actually stick within each act getting specific gear, which I think is a nice touch, especially if you've played Baldur's Gate 3 multiple times. We also got some updates to Kate's mod. So this is really nice. You can always check if these mods are updated if you're not on your PlayStation by just going into the Mod.io webpage, and as you can see right over here, it said it was updated last for PlayStation 5 and Xbox 7 days ago. So you can check there. Sometimes there'll be a discrepancy if PC is one and then PlayStation is another. That means that they're not updated to the same level. But yeah, the better inventory UI is a great mod. I didn't see any changes myself whenever I got this updated, but it's good that they're still working on this. As well, we also got updates to the better context menu. This is a mod that I stopped using, so I'm not sure if there was any really updates to this, but yeah, it says that only keyboard and mouse version was updated for patch 8, so likely no changes for console, and it may just be they rolled up the patch, because it seems like they will do updates and bring things over to PlayStation and Xbox without really it needing to be on there, but hey, it's good that that's getting updated. Now, we also got some updates to the NPC Outfit and Dies mod here by Padme 4000, so this was last updated 8 days ago. I really like this mod. Again, as a enjoyer of the Fashion Gate 3, more dies is always good in my eyes. So yeah, this is nice that this one got updated here. I think it added a couple more dye colors. As well, we got some updates here. Now, I really want to see more Incognito Burrito mods. Like, I'm hoping if there's anyone out there from Larian that's watching, please, please, please test some of Incognito Burrito's mods, like his Book of Druids, Sorcerers, and the Book of Wizards, which has a couple wizard subclasses there. So these 3 class mods, I really want them to come to console. Most notably, their Book of Sorcerer just came out somewhat recently, and this comes with the Aberrant Mind, Clockwork Soul, Divine Soul, and Lunar Sorcery. The Book of Druids brings in the Circle of Dreams, Shepherd, and Wildfire, and the Wizard subclasses brings in the War Magic and the Order of the Scribes. I really want these to come. We have received a few different of Incognito Burrito's mods, but I want more. We got the Order domain updated here. And the Circle of Shepherd, they have a standalone one that is on console, but I'd like to see the whole Book of Druids come to console, because that'd be just great. But I'm really excited for the Circle of Sorcerer. I'm a big fan of this class mod. I also recommend checking these out if you haven't tried out the Order domain. This is a pretty fun one. It's got some mechanics here that it kind of pairs well with a few different builds. I've done a video on the Order domain, and also I've done a build on the Circle of the Shepherd. Most notably, I like the Flumph Spirit. You can only get Flumphs from playing as a Wild Magic Barbarian and getting a 1 in 8 chance to be able to summon one in for 1 turn. This allows you to actually summon it in. So I think it's pretty cool, but that's besides the fact. And we also got updates to the Phoenix Bearer, and I hate to be that guy, but it's spelled wrong. So yeah, the Phoenix Bearer. What's funny is they actually spell it correctly throughout the rest of the mod. So if you're looking for this mod, I've had some people ask about it. You do have to spell it incorrectly for it to show up, but this mod is now updated, and you can actually see here. So the Windows got an update 6 days ago, whereas the 9 days ago version is on PlayStation and Xbox. But I haven't covered this in a build yet, so it will be covered in the future. I'll probably do it later this week because I was getting a few questions regarding it. And we also had an update to Faerun colors, and Faerun colors gets updated quite frequently. And what it brings into the mix is Faerun colors always has new commissioned dyes. I use this in all my videos. If you're asking about a dye, I'm typically using the Tyr dye, the Amanator dye, the Asmodeus dye here. And I also like to use the Mr. dye on occasion, and sometimes even the Emperor. Those are the most common dyes that I use in my videos. Just kind of want to note that because I get questions about it often. But they have the commission dyes here, and there's always new ones being added. And I think some of them actually look fantastic. So they're worth checking out, especially on some of your favorite outfits. So yeah, that is the my favorite dye mod, the Faerun colors by Techroot. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. It's already got 4 million downloads, but yeah, this is updated now. We also got updates to the Deadlier Honor mode by the CH here. I think this is mostly just bug fixes from the looks of it when I looked through. Updated to the 19 days ago version. This is really great. I actually really like the Deadlier Honor mode because it adds in, if you're a Bloodborne fan, the Cleric Beast, this boss fight that you can go against. So there's new boss fights. It makes Honor mode even more challenging. You can check out, I actually did a full video on the best 25 difficulty mods. I really like this one. You get new fights here. You can all see all the names of them. It's worth checking out if you haven't played this already. It's amazing. CH makes some really great mods. They also have their night mode mod, which was also updated, but I didn't really notice any changes with it. We also got an update to the Sword Dancers of Eilistrai here. So this is by ZX10RX, the creator of the Mindweaver class mod. So this is now updated to match the parity on Windows. So if you haven't tried this one out yet either, it's worth trying. I really like it. It's enjoyable, fits lore-wise, and it's great. We also got an update to the Dark Knight class mod. So this, I'm not too sure what was added with the latest patch. I tried to figure it out, but I didn't really notice anything too much. Maybe it was just bug fixes, but it's now updated to the 7 days ago version. What I also find interesting is that they're updating these mods this quickly, like 7 days ago. That's a week ago. They got that tested already, which is, to me, it seems like they're getting more efficient with their testing. So that's good. There's also an update to Such a Tease, a Raphael redressing mod, which made by Nick Jima here. I really like their mods, now updated to the 10 days ago version. We also got an update to the Werewolf Origin by Lord President, now updated to the 30 days ago one. This is really fun. If you haven't played a Werewolf Origin yet, I think it's worth trying it out. There's also an update to the Origin Classes Complete, which is really cool. Now, this is available on console, but they also have what come to console last week was the Baldur's Gate 3 Chocolate Edition. So this is now available on console. I did a full video. It was an hour long breaking down all the changes related to this. So highly worth checking that out if you're curious about all the changes. But this is also now updated. The Origin Classes Complete. And it seems like there was an update to Fade's equipment distribution. Not the all-in-one, just the regular one. I didn't notice any changes with it, but I just want to note that. And I'll be posting a build video later for the Mindblade magus here, which embodies a perfect fusion of arcane and steel. With every swing, they infuse their weapon with elemental energy, turning a blade strike into a storm of thought and power. Lightning arcs along the edge, fire sears from the wound, frost clings to their movement, thunder resounds from their blows, and acid corrodes where their strike lands. Through Spell Strike, the Mindblade weaves spell and steel with one seamless assault, delivering devastating power to cost of precision or measured strikes with uncanny control. Mindblade Magus is a duel with mind and matter intertwined, where one motion is guided by the will of a thought itself. Really cool class mod. I think it's awesome. I'm a big fan of elemental damage and melee attacks and spellcasting all combined together. So yeah, stay tuned later today for a full build guide on that. I'm really excited to break it down. So let me know your thoughts on the console mod updates. I'm hopeful that we will get a console mod drop later this week. We'll just have to wait and see, because sometimes when they do console mod updates like this, that's the replacement for console mod drops for the week. But I'm hopeful. There was a lot that were updated though this week, and we actually had some updates a couple weeks back too. So fingers crossed. We'll see though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you have a great day. We'll catch y'all in the next one.